Hi there! Welcome to Week 7 Activity 3. In this video, we're going to explain how to calculate the angle between vectors in 2D and 3D, calculate the angle between planes in 3D, and draw usable diagrams of 3D situations. So let's get started. We want to find the angle between two vectors that are given in three-dimensional space. Now, we don't really know where these vectors are pointing. They could be anywhere for all we know. So we're going to have to use some facts from linear algebra to find the angle between them. We have, according to the readings, the following formula. Cos of theta is the dot product of u and v divided by the magnitudes of u and v. So to get a sense for what that looks like, we've got a vector here, u, a vector v here, and this is the angle we're calculating. The angle in between those two vectors. Okay, so this formula applies in any dimension, 2, 3, 100, it's a perfectly general fact. So for these two vectors, what we can do is calculate the cos of theta using properties from linear algebra that we know. We write out our vectors, compute the dot products and lengths, do a little bit of algebra, simplify, and we get cos of theta has to be -1/2. So we know something about theta. Its cos is -1/2. Now, take a moment, really ponder this for a moment. What must theta be? I encourage you to write something down here. We get that theta must be 2 pi by 3. We now know the angle between those two vectors. Okay. How can we take this knowledge and apply it to planes? We want to find the angle between two given planes in space, right? So given two planes in space, right, there's sort of an angle formed in between them, and we want to measure what that angle is. So we're going to pick a direction that makes this easy to measure, right? We're going to pick the direction where we look along the line of intersection. Right, we're going to see that we have two planes, and right now we're looking right along the line of intersection of those planes. And the angle that we want to measure is this theta here. Now, given a plane, we know what its normal is. Right? Its normal is going to be pointing 90 degrees from the plane, right? So let's call this the normal of the first plane. And then we can get a normal for the second plane as well, right? And that angle theta, if we rotate it 90 degrees, is going to become the angle between those normals. So we're going to have the same angle here. So to calculate the angle between these planes, it suffices to calculate the angle between their normals. Okay, we find the normals. We read off from our first plane -1, 1, 2. And from our second plane 2, 1, -1. Okay, once we have these normals in hand, we can then calculate cos of theta using the angle formula. Right? Substitute in the vectors, winds up being -1/2. And what does that tell us about cos theta? I'll leave that up to you.